Oh my goodness. Whoa.
Done damage, but
That is crazy. Whoa. Last spring we planted some sweet potato slips in these IBCs just to see how they would go. They do have the base cut out so it could drain properly, so it wouldn't get waterlogged. And I planted, I think, 4 sweet potato slips in each IBC. We planted our sweet potato slips in spring. We're now in autumn, and I think we're probably supposed to get our first frost in about a month or so. We probably could leave them a little bit longer, but we're going to test it out today. It was a bit of an experiment, so we're going to just dig up one of them and see if we have any sweet potatoes, and if so, how did it go, and is it worth doing it again? This variety of sweet potato is called Sweet and Star, and I first bought the plant a couple of years ago, and from that one plant I actually have several plants all over the garden now. They are really easy to propagate, and I've also done a video on that which you can check out on my channel. But the Sweet and Star variety is a purple variety, and it has a creamy colour flesh. Before we try and dig any up, we need to cut off all of the leaves. I'm not going to throw these out or even put them in the compost. We've got chickens and rabbits, so I'm going to cut all this back and I will feed it to the animals. I've got a sweet potato tuber here, but just by inspecting, there's holes and it's obviously had some pest damage. It doesn't look like a rodent. It looks like it's probably some sort of grub, which is a shame. This is actually why we decided to grow the sweet potato in the IBCs, to try and minimize the pest damage that we were getting in the garden. So we'll see how the others go. Oh my goodness. Whoa.
done damage, but
That is crazy. Whoa. So far we've had one really big one and then one small one that had some bug damage. Oh, another big one. Doesn't look like there's any bug damage.
a little bit there.
A tiny bit of bug damage there. Well, so far these are the biggest sweet potato we've grown. We haven't ever grown sweet potato that size before. Definitely, when I pulled up this side, it didn't seem like there was a lot of resistance, whereas this one looks like there's a lot more root in the soil, maybe. That looked like it was pretty easy to pull off just then. We didn't actually have an automatic watering system connected to these garden beds. We only watered them whenever we would remember, and then we would give them a bit of a spray with the hose. The only other time that they would get watered is when we would empty out the duck and chicken pens, and we would use those buckets of water to tip out onto these IBCs, and we just divide it between the 4 IBCs. We've noticed that we're finding all of the sweet potatoes in just big clumps wherever we had planted the sweet potato slips. So, like I mentioned, we did have 4 sweet potato slips planted in each IBC, And that is where we have been finding all of the sweet potatoes, is under where we had the slip planted. So obviously we didn't have enough slips planted in the space here. And next time around, we're going to have to plant a lot more sweet potato slips, which won't be an issue. I can just take cuttings from our existing vine and get more slips that way. But that is where the sweet potatoes grow, obviously under the slips. So we're going to have to plant more slips in the future in order to get a better sweet potato harvest. Whoa, oh, looks like, it actually kind of looks like several fused together, do you think?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That'd be a kilo.
That's huge. Oh, there you go. There's one right there. Oh, some little ones. So those ones look like they've kind of been fused together as well, don't they? After we finish harvesting the sweet potato, we're going to need to cure them. To do that, we're going to move them to a nice and humid location, like one of our greenhouses, and we're going to leave them there for about 4 to 10 days. Any area will do that is nice and humid and between 26 to 30 degrees Celsius. During this time, the starches in the sweet potato are going to be transformed into sugars, and that is going to give the sweet potato the nice and sweet taste that we all know and love. Now, when the curing process is finished, the sweet potato can be stored for the winter and hopefully last you all winter long. Whoa. Is that any damage?
No, I don't think so. There's some ants on it, but
This is, do you reckon this is the best bed so far?
yeah.
And I wonder if this bed got watered the most.
I think it did.
Because it was, like with the duck water, because it was closest to the door.
Yeah, I think it is.
Interesting. So if we had them on a irrigation drip system, getting constantly watered, not constantly, but regular watering, be interesting to see how they go. This amount of sweet potatoes was from only 3 IBCs. And like I said, we had about 4 slips in each IBC. So in the future, we will plant more slips in each garden bed. But we're pretty happy with the result. And as you can see, there are some pretty big ones. Check out this one here compared to the size of my hand. It is not bad. So overall, we're pretty happy with the sweet potatoes, considering we didn't really do a whole lot of work. We trimmed back the leaves every now and then and watered them when we remembered. After harvesting all of the sweet potato and filming this video, we decided to get rid of the IBCs that we had in the garden. I have done a video on this, which I've already uploaded, detailing why we decided to get rid of the IBCs. So I will put a link for that video in the description. But basically, the IBCs that we had gotten from a farmer, and IBCs can be used for many things, such as water storage, chemical storage, or even storage for poisons. And if you don't have food grade IBCs, you really shouldn't risk using them, especially for growing vegetables or fruits in, which we had done here. So we made the decision to go ahead and get rid of the IBCs, and we won't actually be eating these sweet potatoes. But we don't feel bad. It was a good learning experience, and we know what not to do and what to do next time. So still definitely happy that we gave it a go.
Thank you all so much for watching today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure that you give it a like, a share around, and subscribe, as that's going to help my channel out a lot. I hope I can encourage and inspire you all to get into your gardens today, plant some seeds, plant some plants, grow some food, and try and be a bit more self-sufficient. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye!